And today, this is what I'll be driving. So we're going to take this for a little spin. It is a 2016 GTR Recaro. 3.8 litre V6. Woohoo! I'm slowly falling for cars in blue, I have to say. Full PPF front end, Michelin Pilot Sports all the way round. Obviously got the burnt orange Brembo calipers in the blue. Obviously had a ceramic, as you can see, the water beading off it. And this has only done 15,000 miles since new. God, it's a good looking car. Something about those door handles that make you feel all funny as a car person. So, this is all very exciting. I should say, this is actually the second time I've driven a GTR. Just turn the fans up. And I will be honest and say, the first time I drove one, I crashed. Jesus Christ, did you see the wipers? How fast are they? Mate, it's throwing water off the side of the car. So, as I was saying, this is actually my second time driving a GTR, and I'm just going to say it, the first time I crashed. I was doing a track day at Donington, and the instructor, I went down a hill, round a hairpin, back up the hill, and at the top of the crest, or at the crest, there was a left-hand turn, and she said, as soon as I say I want power back on. What she meant was, as soon as I say power back on, I want you to ease the throttle on. And what I did was floor it. So instead of turning left at the crest, I went straight even though the wheel was turning left. Wow, this thing just feels incredible to drive. It's absolutely tipping it down. So just come through the lights into first, 3,000 revs. Back end slipping. And instantly doing a very high speed. Good God, this thing's power is unbelievable. The only thing I would say, a bit like the Mustang I drove the other day, the bonnet's very beefy, it's very wide, but it's one of those cars that you can just cruise around in. As much as this is a special car and the interior is special, despite being different from a normal supercar, at work we're surrounded by Ferraris, Lambos, really special cars all the time. You step into this and you think, that's not a Ferrari, that's not a Lambo. There's a level of kind of supercar refinement. However, this in its own way feels very special compared to your general everyday car. It's not a micro, for example. You can tell, even when you open the doors feel extremely light. The steering wheel just feels like the ultimate racing cockpit. You have all these G-force readings over the central console. This tiny little gear stick with a kind of Tetris style movement doesn't really feel like anything I've ever driven. You have a Bose surround system with a big speaker in the back. To call this a four-seater is laughable. I don't know why manufacturers really do that, I guess. No, I honestly don't know. If anyone does know, let me know in the comments. But so comfortable these seats are, and when you want to turn it up, turn it down to second. You can see why people bin these cars, because they're known as being the most grippy car in the world. They can go around the Nürburgring in 2 minutes. And yet, on a rainy day, in the middle of summer, in the UK, if you plant your foot, you might as well be going sideways, because the back end is just trying to overtake the front. But it is a very easy car to drive on a day-to-day. I can't imagine there's many cars with this level of performance. And that turning circle, look at that, that will be this quick around the Nürburgring. What a car. What a car. Right, so, why do I keep doing that? The pull from park, you think the pull down will put you in a weird turn of events in this car. The pull from park of the gear stick pulls you straight into reverse instead of to drive. Drive is an extra bit, so that could be something to catch you out if you've never driven a GTR before. There is a small gap, but we are in a GTR, so it matters little. 30 miles an hour, very, very quickly. The speed of the wipers is alarming. It is raining hard, don't get me wrong, but if I press it down, it's like that. I do like the spec in this car as well. It's kind of got obviously got the Recaro seats being the Recaro edition, but it's got red and black kind of theme throughout the middle. And that is how I spec every car I own. I like black and red in pretty much every single car. The only one I would have in a slightly different colour is a Pagani. I like that in the matte blue carbon. And this has a blue colour. And even though I like black and red on the interior, the blue on the outside of this car looks absolutely beautiful. So, I am just going to drop a few gears because this is a 50 mile an hour zone. So, into third, into second at 30 miles an hour. 50 miles an hour. That is ridiculous. Unfortunately, this isn't going to be a review where I'm able to probably drive this car. It's just a little taste of what a GTR can do. And I can't even imagine what the new GTRs. This is 2016. So even though it's new, it's only done 15,000 miles. Wow, this is 6 years old now. It's only got a little engine, but the way you drop a gear, the rev just goes. It's just so refined. A millimetre on the pedal, and the revs are exactly where they want to be, consistently in the same place over and over. What a special car this is. And airy as well, there's so much room in here. They're saying this is a supercar killer. It's bloody comfy. Right, that is possibly, it's not even really a review, it was just initial thoughts on a Nissan GTR. And that is quite the experience. One of my friends has just bought one of these, so I may well have to ask him if I could have the keys one day and experience what these really can do, because that's given me a nice taste, but God, what these things must be capable of on a track. Imagine going around a track with a Nürburgring driver. Wow. What a machine.